This is Storybook Radio.
The Grand Casino pulsed with energy. Slot machines chimed, cards snapped against felt tables, and the chatter of hopeful gamblers swirled like smoke. The scent of expensive cologne and spilled champagne lingered in the air, mingling with the faint aroma of burning cigars. High rollers tossed chips onto tables, their laughter blending into the casino's never-ending symphony of risk and reward. In the farthest corner of the casino, a mysterious table stood draped in black velvet. Earlier, Daniel and Emily Carter had passed by this very spot, assuming it led to the restaurant. They hadn't remembered seeing a table there before. Now it was as if it had materialized out of thin air, an ominous invitation lurking in the shadows. The space, which had once seemed like an open walkway, now beckoned them into a game they didn't yet understand. Daniel and his wife, Emily, sat at a dimly lit VIP table, expecting nothing more than a night of entertainment. He had just finished a whiskey on the rocks, and Emily absently twirled a cocktail straw between her fingers. The dealer was about to deal their next hand when the air around them chilled to a near-freezing temperature. The lights flickered, the music warped, and suddenly, the Grim Reaper materialized at their table. A tall figure, draped in a shadowy cloak, loomed over them. His skeletal hands rested on the table, tapping long, bony fingers against the felt. No one else in the casino seemed to notice. With an air of eerie nonchalance, the Reaper leaned in, his hollow voice a whisper that somehow carried through the chaos. "Shall we play?" Daniel chuckled nervously, glancing at Emily, expecting some sort of prank. Is this a promotional act? Halloween's still months away. Then, with a snap of the Reaper's fingers, the world froze. The bartender halted mid-pour. Dice hung in the air as if suspended in time. A spinning roulette wheel stopped dead. Across the room, a woman laughing froze mid-sentence, her expression permanently etched in a moment of joy. Emily gasped, her breath catching in her throat. She reached for Daniel's hand, her pulse thudding wildly beneath her skin. Then, just as suddenly, the Reaper snapped again. Time resumed. The casino bustled as if nothing had happened. They had no doubts now. "This is real," Emily whispered, her fingers clutching Daniel's tighter. Her knuckles turned white. The Reaper sat across from them, an inky deck of cards appearing in his bony grip. The cards seemed to swirl with shadows, as if alive. "My game is exclusive, offered only to chosen families. The wager, years of life, the reward, youth, time, and fortune." Daniel swallowed hard, his pulse hammering. He had just turned 30, his career still finding its footing, his hairline already creeping toward oblivion. More years could mean more opportunities, more stability, more time before the inevitable. Emily, only 25, saw even greater potential. If she played wisely, she could stay 25 for decades, watching the world shift while she remained the same. No wrinkles, no gray hairs, a permanent advantage. "What are the rules?" she asked, her voice steadier than she felt. The Reaper leaned forward. "Each of you will receive 6 cards, one for each of your immediate family members. You will secretly wager years from their lives, hoping to stay within their life expectancy. Wager too cautiously, and you'll win little. Wager beyond their lifespan, and every extra year over will be deducted from your own." The hollow sockets of his skull gleamed with amusement. "Choose wisely." With a wave of his hand, 6 cards appeared before them, their names scrawled across the top in elegant silver script. Card 1, Daniel, age 30. Card 2, Emily, age 25. Card 3, their daughter, age 5. Card 4, their son, age 8. Card 5, Daniel's father, age 56. Card 6, Daniel's mother, age 52. Daniel and Emily huddled, whispering strategies. The weight of their decisions hung between them like a storm cloud. "We need at least 20 extra years each to make it worthwhile," Daniel murmured. "The safest bet is our parents. They've already lived most of their lives." Emily nodded, tracing the edge of a card. "If we take 10 years from each, they'll still have a reasonable lifespan. But we need more." Silence stretched between them. They both knew the answer. The kids. 5 years from our son, 3 from our daughter, Daniel proposed hesitantly. Emily swallowed hard. "They won't even know, and they have so many years left." She hesitated, fingers tightening around the cards. But I don't know if I can do this. There are children, Daniel, taking even a few years. It feels wrong. Daniel placed a reassuring hand on hers. Emily, listen. Medical advancements are happening every day. By the time they reach their 70s, life expectancy could be well over 90. We're only taking a few years, ones they might not even miss. And think about what we could do with those extra years. More time to build the life we want. More time together. She exhaled shakily, glancing at the cards. Let's do this. I just hope we don't make a mistake. Their plan was set. Daniel's wager, 10 years from his father, 5 from his son. Emily's wager, 10 years from his mother, 3 from their daughter. The Reaper provided a marker. They scrawled their numbers on the cards, keeping them face down, then slid them across the table. The Reaper collected them, his skeletal fingers gliding over the surface with unnerving grace. Emily played first, her hands trembling slightly. Then Daniel. Then the order reversed. With each round, their palms grew sweatier. The weight of their choices settled over them like a dense fog. The final card slid across the table. The Reaper remained silent for a long moment before nodding. Congratulations. His skeletal mouth twisted into something resembling a grin. A flicker of something almost approving passed through his hollow gaze. Then Daniel clutched his chest, eyes wide with horror. His breath hitched. A strangled sound escaped his lips. Then, without another word, he collapsed onto the casino floor, lifeless. Emily screamed, scrambling to his side. What happened? We calculated everything. We played it safe. The Reaper turned over her cards. The numbers aligned with their agreement. 10 from his parents, 3 from their daughter. A fair gamble. Then the Reaper flipped Daniel's cards. Emily's breath hitched. Instead of their agreed-upon wager, Daniel had written a number next to her name. 30 years. Emily's heart pounded. No, he wouldn't. The Reaper's skeletal fingers tapped the table. Your husband was ambitious. He knew you had the greatest potential. You are young, you are healthy. He believed you could afford to lose the years. She couldn't breathe. But that would have reduced my life expectancy to today. The Reaper's grin widened. Your husband's wager went 30 years over your life expectancy. The penalty was his life at 30 years old. Emily's vision blurred. The room collapsed around her. She looked at Daniel's lifeless body. The man who had just gambled away his future for a few more years of youth. The Reaper stood, the cards vanishing into smoke. A lesson in greed and sacrifice. Enjoy your winnings, Mrs. Carter. You have your youth. For now. Emily remained as the world around her returned to normal. Laughter and cheers erupted from the casino floor, the clinking of glasses and coins filling the air. The Reaper faded into mist. Then everyone, all at once, began to notice the dead man at her feet.